Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Excel. In this module, I want to show you how to sort a list and how to filter a list. So on the screen, I've got a small data set with a colored line, so you can see that when I do the sort, it will not mix the records up and it will maintain the correct structure. So all you have to do to sort a column or sort by a column, say I want to sort by gender, is you click into the column and you can either go to the sort features on the home tab, but I tend to use the data tab if I'm doing sorts because all the sort features are here. And then you just click on what you want, A to Z or Z to A. So I'll go A to Z first. So then you can see that that's sorted it alphabetically on the grade column, all the females to the top, and then Z to A will do it the other way around. And you can see that the orange highlighted record is maintained. If I click into the grade column and do A to Z and Z to A, you can see that's working fine as well. Course attended, A to Z, Z to A. Nothing is getting mixed up. What you don't do or you don't need to do is highlight the column. If I highlight the column and click on this A to Z, it comes up with a sort warning box. And it's asking, do you want the computer to expand the selection? And then you click sort and it works. And a lot of people think that is the process. That is not the process. You don't need to do that, and you definitely don't do this. You don't highlight the whole column, click on sort, because that happens and you can see that that's gone wrong already. So undo that. Now if you want to sort by more than one column, you need to go into this box like so. And whatever you last did will be there, but I want to change this to name. I want to sort by name, and it's on cell values. You've got different options in there. So you've got all this sort of stuff, and it's on A to Z, and again you've got different options in there. So name, and then I'm going to add 4 extra columns. So add, I'm going for gender, everything's correct, and then grade, and then course attended. Now what's going to happen with this, it will only come down these extra, and the last one's going to be age, these extra columns if there is a duplicate in the column above. So for example, if there's 2 names the same, it will then look at gender. If there's 2 names and gender the same, it will then look at grade, etc., etc. So if I click OK to that, let's have a look what it's done. So if I highlight all the Smiths, so that was the name, so there's lots of Smiths. I'll just colour those in with the paint pot. So I did all the Smiths, then there was 4 female Smiths. So I highlight the females. There was 2 grade AAs and they both did the same course. And in this example, it separated them on age, as you can see there. That's the sort that it just did. Now if I add my name at the bottom there, you don't have to keep redoing this each time. So what's going to happen now is if I go back into the list, it will see that as part of this list. And if I go back into the sort box, it remembers all that. You see it's grabbed my name. And if I click sort again, OK, it brings my name into the right place. So once you've set that up, it's a done job. You don't have to keep doing it. Now, how do you sort a list that is not alphabetical? So let's say in this example, let me make this a little bit bigger. I want all the Mondays to the top. So I'll go A to Z. That puts Fridays alphabetical, Z to A. That puts Tuesdays. So neither of them are any good. So what you have to do is come into this box and go to the end and select customized list. And from this list, you select the list that is exactly the same as what you've got, which is the full word, this one. And then it's going to sort by that order. And then I'm going to click OK, and then OK, and then the Mondays do come to the top. Now I've also got this priority list where I've added a list into that sort box that I want. So I want senior officers to come first, and then executive officers or technical officers to come second, and so on and so on. For me to do that, I need to do this. Gone into this custom list. I need to tell the computer what the order is. Now I would have typed that in there and then gone add. So I want SO first, TO, and then EO in that order on this list. So I'll click OK to that, and then OK again, and then that sorts in that order. So this is where you've got a list that is not alphabetical. It could be products, it could be your best products, whatever you want it sorted in a specific way. So these are non-alphabetical lists, and the days of the week are non-alphabetical, and so are the months of the year, non-alphabetical. Now if we go on to this next tab, this is a table that I have colored in. It's not formatted as a table, but I want to format this as a table. So on the Home tab, you have this feature here, Format as a Table. And when I first looked at this, which came out in 2007, I thought this was just typical Microsoft, lots of different color options, but I was so wrong. It is obviously lots of color options, but you get a lot more features than just this. So I'm going to click on one. It will identify my table, and it's also identifying that I've got headers. So I'll click OK to that because I do want that. So what it does, it applies that color and it gives me these drop down filters. But in addition to that, it gives me this tab at the top there that says table design, which is all to do with this table. So for example, I could click on that design, or go back to that one. I've also got the option of adding a totals column. If I click on totals, now none of these are really something you want to total, but if I drop the arrow down there, I can maybe select average age and it will give me the average age. And the good news here is I can take that total tick off and then add a new record. So if I just add a new record, what is it? And then you can see it's picking up the same format, and I'll just put my age in there, which is 102. It's not that, but we pretend it is. And then if I go back up to table design and put the tick back on, it will add that total column again at the bottom, and you can see it's changed the actual average now. Likewise, if I add an extra column, if I put status or something as an extra column there, it will pick up the same format. Now the format that I've got on here, I've manually, before I did the table design, I've put all borders on. So if I just take borders off, so we have no borders, that one, that is the design that I picked from format table, so no borders. Now you can do sums like this. If I go equals and click on the age and just do say plus 10, what it'll do when I tick this, it will just cascade that down. So you can see like that straight away. I didn't have to do anything other than that. And it's sort of like using names in the formula. It looks a bit strange if you're not used to that. Now, and also in addition to all of this, you've got, as you come further across, you've got this feature, insert a slicer. What is a slicer? A slicer is just a posh name for a filter, these little drop down arrows, but a lot more visual because you get these two little boxes. Now if I move those sort of side by side so you can see them side by side, if I click on EO, that will filter that table and just show me grade EO. Little filter, so I can take that off. If I click on AO, it shows me just grade AO, and you can see the little filter symbol on there as well. And if I hold my control key down, I can also select another item, AA. So now I've got more, and then I might want to do leadership over here. So there was only one AA with leadership, so if I clear that one, try equal ops, there's a few more, and then you clear that one. So it's a very quick visual way of doing a filter, so clear them both off. And that's formatted as a table. Now you might not use that very much as a beginner, but as you get more advanced with Excel, you do have to use formatted tables for a few of the more advanced features for them to be available to you. So that's using filters and slices on a formatted table. Now to do that yourself without formatting as a table, if I click onto this next one, you can see that this is not formatted as a table because it doesn't have that tab. If I just go back a step, a formatted table gets this extra tab, it says table design. A non-formatted table, one that you've just created, does not have that. So I'll make this a little bit bigger, because what I want to do on this one is manually put the filters on. So up onto the data tab, on the data tab, over slightly to the right, next to the sort, you have the filter option, and that does this sort of drop down filter on each column. I'll just color this column in a little bit, just make it easier to see. So just yellow, so you can see these little drop down arrows. So this is you dropping the arrows down now. You haven't got the slicer, and say you just want male, you take the female off, click OK, and then that will give you just the male. And it tells you down this bottom left hand corner that you have 12 of 21. Now you must always clear filters off by clicking the clear button or taking the filter off itself. Now if I want to see everybody that did equal ops, I'll go to this one. So there's more than 2 options, so it's probably best to say don't select all and then just tick whatever you want. So equal ops, that one, and then click OK, and then you have 7 of 21 down here. Again, you clear that off. So that's how you do a basic filter. And if you wanted, say, females of grade AA, if there are any, you could tick male off, click OK to that. So there's 9 females, but you only want grade AA. So you go to the grade column, you text select all off, and you tick the one you want, which was AA, and then you click OK to that, and there are just those 4. And again, you clear. Now what you need to do if you want to ask a bit more of a detailed question is use either date filters, number filters, or text filters. So these are just a little bit more involved. I'll do the date one first. So if I come into dates, what I want to know, before I do that, I want to know all the dates that are from the 17th of April 2020 to the 25th of April 2020. Now if I drop that list down, I could go on the ticks, but you're bound to miss one. This is only a small table, but there could be thousands and thousands of records. So the best thing to do is to go where it says date filters, come across to between, click on between, and then you select, in this case, you can either select from the calendar or you can select from the list that might be there. So if you want to select from the calendar, that's because it might not be in the list. But in this case, the dates that I want are in the list. So I just need to scroll down to 25, and then you can click on that and it will only show you those dates like so. And again, you must clear that off. Now I want to go to the age column. I want to see everybody that's over 50 and under 60. So I'm going into the age column, I'm going to number filters, and I'm going to none of these. I'm going right down to the bottom to custom. So in this example, I need to select greater than, is greater than, that one. And then I need to type 50 because 50 might not be in the list. And then underneath is less than, that's greater than, is less than, that one. And then 60. And then I'll click OK to that. And there are 3 people. And then I'll clear that one off. And then the last one is the text filter. I want to know everybody in this list that's got an ID number starting with CU and ending with XZ. And I can see that there's 2, but again, there could be 10,000 records here, and there might be more than 2. So going to text filters. Again, I'm not going for any in this list. I'm going down to custom. So you get used to doing this, because in there you've got begins with. If I scroll down for begins with, that one, and then you would type CU, and then underneath you go ends with, and again you have to scroll down to find ends with, that one, and then XZ. Now I could have used equals CU asterisk XZ, and then that would have worked as well, because asterisk means any character. If I click OK to that, there should just be 2, and there is 2. So I shall clear that filter off, and that's basically how you use filters. And you don't actually need to remove the filter like that, although you can. I would tend to leave that on, but make sure it's on clear all the time, and make sure everybody uses the clear button after they've got the answer that they want. Now the exercise for this is on the next sheet, not the next sheet, the one after that. So this one is an exercise, and I've already got the answer for the first one, 14. But basically I need to do A, and then clear, and then do B, and then clear, and then do C, and clear, and so on and so on. So what is A? First off, I need to put the filter on, so let's get that on. It's filter on. So show everybody that attended an equal ops course. So let's go to course attended, and take the tick off, select all, and tick equal ops, click OK, and it says down there are 14 of 42. So great, must clear. So 14. So now it says everybody that is female and are also grade AO. So I'm going to the gender column, I'm selecting F, I'm ticking male off, leaving F on. So there are that many females, but only grade AO. So I'm going to that column, grade AO, select all off, tick AO, click OK. So how many are there? 6. 6, clear. Next one, show all records to show all grade AOs and AAs over 25. So grade, take the tick off. So I want AA and AO, AAAO, okay. But also greater than 25. So if I go in there, number filter, greater than, and then just type 25 there, clicking OK to that, and then there are 27. Clear. Next one, everybody that's got an ID number starting with CU and ending with XZ, so that's the one we just did. So you go into the ID column, you go in text filters, custom at the bottom. So finding begins with, and let's just do it the other way. CU asterisk XZ equals CU asterisk XZ. 2, so that works as well. And then you clear that one off. Now we want all records between today and 10 days time. So the date column, date filter between. So today, little calendar, today, and then 10 days onto that. What is that? Roughly 10 days anyhow. So it's 28th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8th. Okay. And there are 11 records. Clear that one off. And then the last one is all records to show everyone over the age of 50. So that's just greater than in there, greater than 50. Clicking OK to that, and there are 11. Clear that. So that's how the filter works. You just have to be careful that you get the right answer, and check your answer with a colleague if you're not too sure whether you've got it right or not. But that's all I want to talk about in this little video, how you can do sorts and filters in Excel. So hopefully that video was of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next one.